Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, discussion piece today on strikers for ferro rods. Okay, obviously, if you've got one of these or one of them, ceramic striker, high-speed steel striker, we all know what happens when you start doing that, how to do it. Works out really well. But sometimes you might lose that, or breaks or whatever. You don't have it. A lot of people carry these. Swiss Army knife. This has got the saw function. Seems to work all right too. Really good option. Barco. Haven't tried one of them. Seems to work all right too. It's got the black on it, but never tried that before. But anyway, seems to work all right. Use that in emergency if I had to. Laplander. But then we're getting down. Haven't got any of them. Still got the ferro rod. Sharp bit of porcelain. Certainly works. If you're getting down to it real bad, start looking for rocks. Bit of jasper. Might not be the prettiest thing you can do, but whatever you can use that's got a sharp edge, you'll get a spark off this thing. So people always seem to say, oh, what if you lose your strike or whatever? You're not going to be able to use this thing. It is functionally useless. They're not thinking outside the box. A sharp stone, and they are everywhere. Doesn't have to be jasper or whatever, quartz. You'll find quartz is one of the most prolific stones in the world. You'll find a sharp stone somewhere where you'll be able to get to be able to put some tinder down. You don't need fatwood, but it's a lot better than to use fatwood. But you get some half decent tinder down, and you can use a bit of porcelain or a bit of rock or something and start driving sparks in it. This is where your techniques start to need to be a little bit better. You just keep driving sparks in it until you get it. That's raw style too, so it's probably going to be really hard to do. This is where I probably need some smiths. Yeah, I haven't got any smiths down. I'd have to get smiths, I think, if I was going to do that. Get it raw style. I was being a bit ambitious there. I probably could. I keep knocking it. I am getting good sparks. Oh, it nearly went. It nearly went then too. This is where I haven't got any Smiths out here. If I processed it down well enough and you had Smiths there, you would be able to get, because preparation is the key to this. Preparation is the key to getting, shows you the difference between a good striker and a mediocre one. That's fair enough. But just wanted to show you that a little bit. Don't be myopic with strikers. Anything that a sharp edge will get sparks off the ferro rod. But like a tool like that will get sparks off it. Whatever you can grab that's got a sharp edge on it, you'll get sparks off a ferro rod. I saw a comment. I was watching a video the other day, and he said, "Oh, if you lose your striker, what would you use?" You know, like, I think he wanted to try and end the conversation, and he thought he was being smart. But you know, I just said, you know, a sharp rock or whatever, and that'd be what my choice would be. And I don't think he'd actually thought about it very well. But that's with like, thought about that. That's a striker for a flint and steel, but you could also use it as a striker for ferro rod too, if you really, really got desperate too. So, you know, like, just about any sharp object will work for these things. So they're a very, very versatile thing. Wet was the other thing he said. Oh, you know, if it gets wet, they don't care. Jim showed that. You know, put them in water. They don't care if they're wet. You know, they are a very versatile tool. So I'm going to go and do a bit of maintenance on this rod now, because that scarped that up, but that's good. You know, this rod's to be used. I bought it it was 60% off, so it's going to get used. So that's excellent. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. Yeah, a lot of these tools got multiple items. I forgot about that. The paint will stop them from being used, and this also slows it down to the glaze, slows that down. So yeah, that slows it down too. So it's actually got to be the sharpest edges is what will get this working. Anyway, a little bit of a discussion. Yeah, just have practice is the biggest thing with any of this skill. You saw I struggled trying to get that, but I would have had to have had shavings. That raw style's always going to be harder, but if this was for real, I would have had a better prep, got some shavings. I would have used this on some fat wood or whatever, or processed down some jute, down some whatever the finest materials you can get, because that will get going the best possible chances, because preparation is always the key to this thing. And if you're using mediocre tools, like a mediocre striker, you want the finest materials, then you'll get a good strike, you'll get a good spark going, and then it'll get going really well. But that doing raw style, that's just me. That wasn't the fault of the rod or anything. I should have done it a little bit more prep. I should have brought some Smiths out or some shaving, some fluff, and it would have gone no dramas whatsoever. Anyway, wanted to do a little bit of a thing on just some improvised strikers for your ferro rod, and just if you get anything from this video, is more about have a bit of practice, have some fun, try and wear a rod out. If it costs you $50, who cares? This is our hobby, you know. Have some fun with it. Yeah, fair enough, it costs you $50, but you also got a heap of practice out of it, and go and buy another rod. You also learned how to use your rod a lot better. So, you know, like that's the way I look at it. You can get a cheap rod for $12 and then burn one out. You know, what's the difference? You know, it's cost you $12 for a 1/2 inch by 6 inch rod and burn one out, practicing on it. It's good fun. Light a heap of fires and you've got a lot heap of practice, and it's all good fun. Anyway, thanks for watching.